Hello there, I'm the Warlock DM. I hope you got your water and vanishes ready, because it's time to run some multiversal stairs with quests from the Infinite Staircase. A 7-adventure anthology book that goes from levels 1 to 13. I will give you a non-spoiler review of each adventure to help you see if this is the right book for you. Keep in mind that I obviously haven't run the adventure yet, so take my opinion like your pasta with a grain of salt. These are just my initial thoughts after reading the book. Quests from the Infinite Staircase, like Tales from the Yawning Portal in the past, it's a last hooray to all adventures adapted to 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. It's a retelling of adventures of D&D, from the advanced and the basic sets, updated to the modern times. As a young DM that was not even a project at that time, I'm all in for exploring classic tales that shaped the game. The only question is, are these adventures good? Well, let's start like a slow zombie, step by step. The first chapter explains the Infinite Staircase. The staircase is the means of transportation for celestials and gods. An infinite set of stairways and doors that leads to every remote part of the multiverse. The plane of elemental ice, Ravenloft, that sock that you forgot under your bed. As the observer and common thread to all of the adventures, we have Nafas, the Djinn, if a Djinn was born with the personality of a golden retriever. He watches over the Infinite Staircase, and whenever he hears a wish from any of the doors, his heart grows 3 sizes and sends the characters to help the person in need. His palace is the center of dreams, the central hub for the players between adventures. The Infinite Staircase is a cool place full of creativity, but it's a little bit barren of content. More pages with NPCs or possible side adventures to have at the hub would have been great. For the adventure locations, the majority of them happen either on Greyhawk or the Forgotten Realms. So, for a plain hopping adventure, it feels kinda repetitive, dull and without imagination. No elemental planes, no Ravenloft, Sigil, Hail, the Celestial Realm. It just feels uninspired. Each adventure also has story hooks to explain why your characters are there. There are different story hooks, depending if you are playing them as a full campaign or as separate adventures. The first adventure in the book, The Lost City, bring your characters from levels 1 to 4. It's a dungeon exploration of an old obelisk, part of a powerful kingdom that fell to ruin. The place is just an old tale for the inhabitants of the region, but as the group explores the obelisk, they will learn that there are different factions still fighting for power inside, as this dungeon crawl mixes with a faction adventure. As every dungeon crawl through an old maze, you will find traps that can be lethal, and your players will need to stay on their toes if they don't want to fall down a trapdoor or two. But the greatest strength of the adventure is how it mixes the dungeon crawl with political intrigue and the heartfelt stories of the inhabitants and spirits that haunt this place. The book also brings more content with an extra optional floor, but it's so brutal that it's better to maybe revisit it in the future, not for the faint of heart. The second adventure, When a Star Falls, takes characters from 4th level to 6th level, as, due to some traumatic events, they gain information about a powerful artifact that it's about to fall. The characters will need to calculate where the object is falling, help a congregation of mages, animals, and the rest of the inhabitants of the region with their problems choosing the object. This adventure plays as a small sandbox, where the party will be able to follow through different clues that will bring them to totally different places. It feels like a bit-sized D&D module, as the group meets all sorts of cultures, NPCs, and wacky monsters, and unravel a web of lies and deceit around the region. Hell, even the final boss screams D&D at you as he eats you alive. This is my favorite adventure of the book, and if you are going to run only one of the adventures, I will gladly recommend you this one. The third adventure, Beyond the Crystal Cave, takes characters from level 6 to 7, as they will need to put the detective trenchcoats and skills to the test, because there's a missing couple. The couple were the heads of two noble families, enemies of each other. As the young couple saw that their love was impossible, they ran away from home 2 years ago. Their families are sorry about what happened and want to find them. And that's where you and your party step in. Beyond the Crystal Cave, it's an adventure with almost no combat. The action and roleplay become very important, as the campaign takes inspiration from the Feywild. Fighting will always result in problems for your party, while trying skill checks and peaceful solutions, it's recommended. And also, every creature is so cute in this adventure. What monster will want to kill them? The lack of combat makes this adventure a hard no for some groups, but if you want to try a more narrative approach, it's genius work. The fourth adventure, the Pharaoh, takes the characters from levels 7 to 9, as they will try to live a curse that plagues a desert, by exploring the Pharaoh's pyramid. This is another dungeon crawl, but focus heavily on the elements of the environment, bringing the dungeon to life with puzzles, mazes, hidden blades and traps that can kill your characters easily. In this adventure, the roleplay elements take a backseat. Even combat takes a backseat. Don't get me wrong, it's still important, but with how lethal this dungeon is, your priority is going to be exploration, surviving the traps, and the mini puzzles. This dungeon really has all of the classic elements of a good environment for Dungeons & Dragons. Secret doors, mimics, labyrinths, and riddles. A fun challenge for high-level parties. Remember to bring Revivify to the pyramid, as the adventure also revives all of the old tropes of mummy movies. The fifth adventure, The Lost Caverns of Tsojcanth, for levels 9 to 11, makes the group hear the plea of help from a small nation as they seek for a hidden treasure in a lost dungeon. The adventure mixes elements of outside exploration and dungeon crawl, as the group needs to solve a riddle to reach their destination, finding many NPCs and adventures on the way. The caverns are full of little tiny details. If with the last adventure you wanted to explore due to lethal traps, in this one you will want to explore due to how much depth everything has. Your players will find secrets and creatures to talk to, befriend or fight in every room. Be careful with this, as it may be counterproductive. The dungeon is massive, and exploring everything will also take a lot of time. So try to use the clues the module gave you to steer them into the right direction. The sixth and last adventure, Expedition to the Barrier Peaks, brings the characters from levels 11 to 13, as they explored a strange flying ark, trying to figure out and find whoever sent the distress signals from inside. While you explore the futuristic ship, you will find all sorts of references to this genre, with laser pistols, power armor, and entities more alien and creepy than your dog after you eat the last chicken nugget by yourself. The twists and turns of the adventure are going to be easy to see for your players, but the itineraries of the ship are detailed and full of connections to the media. Expedition to the Barrier Peaks, it's a love letter for the science fiction books and movies from the 80s. The adventure and plot are simple, but due to the fun creature locations, ends the anthology with a high note of originality. And that's everything for this review. Thank you so much for sticking till the end. Subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and I'll see you on the next adventure.